What follows is some spoilers for Jigsaw. You've been warned. Alright, so, Jigsaw. It was a fun movie. I enjoyed it. Thought it was pretty good. It's probably the fourth best in the series. Why was there HD TV traps? Why was there HD TVs in the traps? Why? Okay, so the whole movie, you're being led to believe that the timeline, everything's happening in the same timeline, right? But then, of course, the twist at the end is that it's not taking place in the same timeline. This is one of Jigsaw's first traps. This was before Saw 1 even. That's going on with the trap that you're currently seeing. That's part of the twist, and that there's another dude helping him or whatever, and that's all fine and good. But why was there HD TVs? Why? Assuming Saw 1 takes place around the time it was shot, there wouldn't be HD TVs. And this is before Saw 1. Look, I can't overlook that, okay? I can't overlook the HD TVs. They're flat screen, HD, great looking TVs. I just don't buy it. I'm sorry, it doesn't make sense. Okay, because Dr. Gordon uses a pager in Saw 1. Right, he's using a pager. There's flip phones in Saw 1. And then we're supposed to believe. And then freaking the cameras are still a thing. Using film and oh my god, you expect me to believe that this movie, that trap took place before any of the other traps. Here's the thing. That just doesn't make sense. Okay? Because not only that, but the way the characters talk in the traps, in the game, the way that the characters in the game talk is very 2016. Very 2016, 2017. It's very modern, is what I'm saying. The characters, the way they speak is very modern. The slang they use, their comic timing, it's very modern. And that coupled with the HD TVs and I just don't buy it. That stuff coupled with the fact that John is older now than he ever has been, and you see him talking to them, and he's older than he was in the first movie, the twist doesn't work. When I got out of the movie, the twist was the one thing that bothered me. I was having a great time, then the twist happened. I couldn't get behind it. I've been trying to think about it. I've had conversations with people about it. I just can't get behind it. The twist makes no sense. I honestly, what did I want? Well, I honestly wanted Jigsaw to come back. Would it have been dumb? Would it have been a dumb decision? Yes. Would it have been kind of unbelievable? Yes, but it also would have been something. It wouldn't be the same twist we get, in so many of these movies. And also, it would make sense, first and foremost. Now, is there a way they can make this make sense? Let's talk about that. Is there a way they can make this make sense? If they want to make this make sense, they have to go full ridiculous with it. Which, yes, involves John actually being back. Now, hear me out. So, these bodies that they find in the trap, the last two people in the trap, one of them shoots himself, and the other one dies. Just slowly, because John doesn't come back to get him. But we see their bodies sort of decomposed next to each other in the final room of the game. And it's implied that they both sort of just died and decayed there. Is there a way that this can make sense and be modern day? Is there a way that they can make the HD TVs and the 2017 slang and all of this stuff, is there a way that they can make this make sense? I think absolutely. But like I said, it's going to require some nonsense. But they can do it. Alright? Now hear me out. What if those aren't actually the bodies? Or what if maybe a chemical was like added to them to speed up? What if like their deaths were sped up? You know, what if our new Hoffman, I'm calling him Hoffman 2, I forgot his actual name, but what if Hoffman 2 like sped along their death, right? What if Hoffman 2 was lying about this being 10 years ago when that game took place? I think it's possible. I think it's absolutely possible. Because one thing... Oh, man. Well, here's the thing. If he's lying about it... Oh, man. That's weird. But could he lie about it? Yeah, I think he could lie about it, but that kind of contradicts what Eleanor says about this trap being built 10 plus years ago. You know, she's kind of a Jigsaw fan. Although, she does say that she got that information and the designs of that plan from Hoffman 2. Well, she says she got it from online, so we can make the assumption that maybe Hoffman 2 posted those online, and he could still be lying about it. Okay, cool, so my train of thought still makes sense. Yeah, okay, cool, my train of thought's not being contradicted at all, actually. Yeah, what if those either aren't the actual bodies that we see decomposed, during the twist? What if those aren't their actual bodies? Or, conversely, what if they were the actual bodies, but this wasn't 10 years ago, it happened fairly recently, I don't know if it will be happening, like, during the investigation, like, maybe it took place just maybe a day or two before the investigation. I think that might make more sense. Maybe like a week before the investigation, but it definitely wasn't 10 years ago. If they can make us for that, it wasn't 10 years ago. If they can, basically retcon that twist, if they can explain in the next Saw film that those bodies we saw were not the bodies of people 10 years ago, they were either fake bodies or they were bodies that had been sort of enhanced to decay faster or whatever. Basically, if we can, in the sequels, basically twist it again so that Hoffman 2 was lying when he explained, because the knowledge we get about the trap being that old is from Hoffman 2, he tells us that, and we get that from Eleanor. And the thing with that is that Eleanor got it from a Jigsaw website, which easily could have been Hoffman 2 posting it, you know? Hoffman 2 easily could have posted those trap plans and that fake backstory to the website. I could absolutely see that. So, what do I want? I want that. I want the 10 years thing to be fake, and I want confirmation that Jigsaw is still alive. I realize a lot of fans of the series don't want him back to life. I realize a lot of fans of the series don't want there to be a back from the dead Jason Lives sort of angle to this series, but it's the only direction the series can take where these plot holes can be acknowledged. And I think Saw is the type of series that does plant these sort of misdirections. They do sort of plant these misnomers all over their films so that they can pay them off in later films. And I think that this is potentially the case. That maybe in a future film in the series, because I definitely think there's going to be more of these, I think maybe that in the next film, this might be paid off, and we're going to get the reveal that those two people that were in the trap, you know, it wasn't 10 years ago, this wasn't before Saw 1, this was all that was all a lie told by Hoffman 2, to throw people off or whatever. And I think that if we find a way to do that and keep this old Jigsaw that has access to 2017 technology and people who are clearly from 2017, then I think that we can make this make sense. And I think that the series will benefit from it, because right now, looking at Jigsaw, there is those blatant plot holes that I think can be fixed. I think the plot holes can be fixed. I think they absolutely can be fixed by doing what I just said. And I don't think it'll be an issue if we do what I just said. I genuinely don't think it'll be an issue if we do what I just said and we genuinely bring John back from the dead or something like that. I think it absolutely can be done. So yeah, that's just me rambling for a bit about the ending of Jigsaw.